Good morning, guys. I hope that you're excited about our first read aloud. And I wanted to record this and put this up on the site because my absolute favorite part of any day is getting to read aloud. And it's something that we're going to do a lot together, whether we're in person in a classroom or virtually. So one thing I always love is first and last. So I like to make those things memorable. So I want to read a special first day book. It's a book by Peter H. Reynolds, and you might have heard of it before. It's called The Dot. And so as I read The Dot, I want you to think about what you have in common with these characters and why you think I really love this book for the first day of school, and especially starting this new challenge of virtual learning. So this is The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. This book is signed by Peter H. Reynolds because he put a bunch of them out in stores all over the country and sent people on a scavenger hunt last summer. So me and my family went all around Greensboro trying to find one, and we did. We were very excited. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." I think we have some artists in our class this year. Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed her marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up her paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper towards Vashti and she quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." She wrote her name, Vashti. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot, her dot, that she had drawn, all framed in swirly gold. How do you think that made her feel? Well, I think I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. All right. So she's willing to give it another try, and let's see what she does. Vashti painted and painted a red dot, purple dot, yellow dot, blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow, and she discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. What do you think that's going to look like? Is that what you were imagining? So she started out little, and now she's growing and growing, experimenting. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti had so many dots, she made quite a splash. She's got a whole gallery of dots there. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't even draw a straight line with a ruler." He sounds familiar, huh? Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. All right, what do we think Vashti's going to say to him after he's done? Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please sign it." So that experience is really important to her, and so she's keeping it going. And Mr. Peter H. Reynolds dedicated this to Mr. Matson, my 7th grade math teacher who dared me to make my mark. Okay. All right, so I am glad we got to share this book, and hopefully we'll get to talk about it a little bit maybe in our morning meeting. But Peter H. Reynolds, The Dot, and think about Vashti and how she changed in this story. And what are you going to do with the new challenges of virtual learning? And how are you going to make your mark? And how are you going to help other people to make their mark? And I think that if you think about that and remember that throughout this experience, that we are going to have an awesome time. So thanks for coming. We're going to do a lot more reading aloud, but until we get a schedule going and make sure everybody gets here, we wanted to have a recording of this. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.